From N'Golo Kante's humble Mini Cooper to Cristiano Ronaldo's garage filled with some of the rarest hypercars ever built, footballers have some of the most unbelievable car collections on the planet. Some players spend millions chasing speed, luxury, and exclusivity, while others couldn't care less about showing off. So today we're taking a look at the ultimate footballers' car collections, starting with the most humble. Let's begin with the man who might be the most down-to-earth superstar football has ever seen. N'Golo Kante has won almost everything there is to win: Premier League titles, the Champions League, the FIFA World Cup. Individually, he's earned the respect of football fans across the globe for his incredible work rate and humble personality. With the kind of money he's made throughout his career, you would expect him to pull up to training in a Ferrari or maybe a Lamborghini. Instead, he became famous for driving a Mini Cooper. Yes, a Mini Cooper, and honestly, that's one of the reasons fans love him so much. While other footballers were busy adding another supercar to the garage, Kante was perfectly happy driving a small, reliable car that looked like it belonged to your favorite neighbor. It's practical, easy to drive, and gets him from point A to point B. No unnecessary attention, no giant spoilers, no loud exhaust waking up the entire neighborhood. Sometimes the simplest choice says the most about a person. Now, let's slowly turn up the luxury. Next is Kylian Mbappe, one of the biggest stars in world football. Mbappe earns millions every season. You'd think his garage would already look like a luxury dealership. Surprisingly, his collection is still relatively modest compared to some football legends. He owns several premium SUVs and high-end performance cars, but he hasn't gone all in on buying every rare hypercar he can find. And honestly, that makes sense. He's still young, and with many years left in his career, his garage will almost certainly continue growing. Give him another decade and this list might look very different. Now let's move on to one of football's biggest goal machines, Erling Haaland. If Haaland were a car, he'd probably be a V12 with twin turbos. Everything about his game is built around power, speed, and pure strength, and his taste in cars reflects that perfectly. He's been seen driving several high-performance luxury vehicles that match his larger-than-life style on the pitch. Nothing about Haaland is subtle, and neither are the cars he enjoys driving. Now it's time for one of the greatest players football has ever seen, Lionel Messi. Unlike some superstars, Messi doesn't constantly show off his cars on social media, but don't let that fool you. His collection is absolutely incredible. Over the years, he's owned luxury SUVs like the Range Rover and Cadillac Escalade, elegant sedans, and legendary sports cars including the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG and several Ferraris. One of the most talked about cars associated with Messi is the Ferrari 335S Spider Scaglietti, an incredibly rare collector's car worth tens of millions of dollars. Whether you're a football fan or a car enthusiast, that's the kind of vehicle you rarely ever see. Messi's garage isn't about making the loudest statement. It's about owning timeless machines that combine performance, elegance, and history. Now let's switch gears. If Messi's collection is classy, Neymar's collection is pure entertainment. This is exactly what you'd expect from Neymar. Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Bentleys, Aston Martins, Mercedes, AMGs, Audis. His garage is packed with cars that are fast, flashy, and impossible to ignore. If his football skills weren't enough to grab attention, his cars definitely are. You could honestly say Neymar's garage has almost as much personality as he does. Almost. Now let's talk about a footballer whose collection doesn't get enough attention, Karim Benzema. The former Ballon d'Or winner quietly owns one of the craziest garages in football. The highlight? The Bugatti Chiron, one of the fastest production cars ever built. But he doesn't stop there. His collection also includes Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Rolls-Royces, Mercedes AMGs, and several other luxury machines worth millions of dollars. Benzema might not post his cars every single day, but when people actually look at his collection, they realize it's easily one of the best in football. And now, the moment you've probably been waiting for, Cristiano Ronaldo. Calling Ronaldo's garage a car collection almost feels like an understatement. It's closer to a private museum. The man owns multiple Bugattis, including the Chiron, the Veyron, and the incredibly rare 110 a hypercar so exclusive that only a handful were ever produced. Then there's the Ferrari Monza SP2, the McLaren Senna, the Rolls-Royce Phantom, the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, several Ferraris, Bentleys, Porsches, Mercedes, Lamborghinis, and Aston Martins. The list just keeps going, and some estimates place the value of Ronaldo's garage at well over $20 million. That's enough money to buy luxury mansions, private islands, or hundreds of ordinary family cars, and somehow he chose to spend a huge portion of it on 4 wheels. Can you really blame him? If you've worked your entire life to become one of the greatest footballers ever, why not enjoy the ride? So, who actually has the best collection? If you're someone who values humility over horsepower, N'Golo Kante wins by a mile. If you like modern luxury with a touch of class, Messi's collection is hard to beat. If you want flashy supercars that turn heads everywhere they go, Neymar delivers. And if speed is everything, Benzema's Bugatti Chiron is almost impossible to ignore. But if we're talking about overall value, rarity, exclusivity, and variety, Cristiano Ronaldo stands alone. His garage contains some of the rarest and most expensive cars ever built, making it one of the greatest athlete-owned collections in the world. Now it's your turn. Forget the price tags for a second. If you could walk into one footballer's garage and keep every single car inside, whose keys are you taking? Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Neymar, Karim Benzema? Or would you surprise everyone and take N'Golo Kante's legendary Mini Cooper instead? Be honest, let me know your choice in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe because we've got plenty more football rankings, luxury car collections, and fascinating stories coming your way.